Yeah, so episode 3. Welcome, one and all, to the So What You Saying podcast. I am Mr. Matic, and he is
DJ Crazy.
the slow and mad one. That's going to be the theme going forward for every episode, the slow and mad one. Because the longer you take to say your name when I say he is, it's going to be that response from me, bruv.
So
What's
therefore,
good?
we need to do the intro the other way around.
What's happening? What's good? What are we on today, Crazy? What are we doing today? What's the topic of the day?
90's R&B Love.
Ooh, yeah. I like it.
90's R&B Love definitely needs to get touched on.
Pause.
Because there are people that I think misinterpret it.
Mm-hmm.
That is what that is. People misinterpret what 90's R&B Love. So in this episode, I think we're just going to tell you exactly how it our interpretation of it. I'm not going to tell you how it goes, but our interpretation of it.
What is DJ Crazy's interpretation of 90's R&B love? What is 90's R&B love?
I told you, I've said this before, but like, if I had to go down the 90's R&B love, then it would be the Joe era, the Jodeci era, the Keith Sweat era, the Cisco era.
Drew Hill,
I say
Blackstreet,
Cisco because of his first album.
but it was Drew Hill
Yeah,
before.
see?
It was Drew Hill before Cisco though. 90's was Drew Hill. Cisco was
Yeah.
2000s. Cisco was 2000. Drew Hill was 90's.
Yeah. So it'd have to be that kind of era for, you know what I mean?
Blackstreet,
Those man
Jagged Edge, Mary J. Blige, Faith Evans.
kind of. No, but when you think about it, Jagged Edge came out early 2000, though, didn't they? Like
Nope.
dead on
Nope. And
2000.
Nope. 99. First album,
Was it 99?
Yeah, first album, Jagged Era was 99. Talking
Okay.
about you touch me and your body. You even talk about me with your other guys. I like the things you say that you would do if I was with you. Yeah, Jagged Era was 99.
So those are the areas that we're touching on today. Those are the areas that we're talking about today. Um, for that 90's R&B love, because yeah, man, that was the era. That's the era that I
Just
would
before,
say we grew up.
just before you delve into it, who is your 90's favorite? Donna Jones or Joe? Who's your go-to guy?
Yo, yo,
Okay. So
Joe
Joe,
is
so for you, Joe is the definition of 90's R&B love.
yeah.
Cool. Cool.
When you think about it, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
look at it in this sense. Joe told you how to get someone. Joe told you what to do while you had that someone.
Mm-hmm.
Joe told you what to do when you broke up with that someone. Then Joe told you how to move on and get someone else.
So did Donald Jones. So did Jodeci. So did so many other 90's artists. But you are right. He did coin a lot of that.
Yeah, I know I'm right. That's what I'm saying to you, bro. Like Joe is that guy, isn't it? Joe is that dude that paved the way for a lot. Like, think about it. Like, his All That I Am album is the one that I always kind of revert back to. Joe's got a whole load of albums, but the All That I Am is the one I revert back to because he's got Love Scene. He's got All the Things Your Man Won't Do. Like, Don't Want to Be a Player No More and all them type of stuff
Don't
there.
wanna
Like,
be a
if you want
player.
to go back, if anyone that is watching this podcast and you know your tunes, yeah, you can even go back to Joe's first album, which was 1993. Yeah, self-titled album.
Everything. Everything. No, it
and
was
he's
that's
got
everything. The album was called
he's called
Everything.
everything.
Yeah.
Right. So he's got a tune on that album called "I Can Do It Right."
Ooh,
You
big
see that
tune.
tune there, yeah? You
I
see
can
that
do it
tune there?
right. We'll be making love all through the night. Yeah, big tune. Baby, I can. Yeah, big tune. But there was other tunes on the album
Yeah.
too.
He's that album there.
There were other tunes on the album too.
The album was that album was dangerous. So my interpretation of 90s love, what was I doing in the 90s when I wanted someone or trying to get someone or was even with someone? I was making mixtapes
Yep.
off of cassette, radio style. Yeah. So these were the days where we was listening to a particular radio station and there's a tune that come on. Yeah. Remember now with these cassette tapes, yeah, you gotta put a little tissue at the top of it, try to tape that on both ends. Okay. Bang.
It
Then
was
you
a
had to
lot of
press the
work.
play and
Record.
it was effort.
It was a lot of work back
It was
then.
effort.
It was a lot of work back then. We put in a lot of work
Like
back then just to make the mixtapes. Off the,
nowadays you ain't got to do that.
nope. Streaming services, create your
You ain't got to do
playlists.
that nowadays.
It's so much easier now. But they would never
And
understand the work we put in
I was also
if you went from that era.
I was also writing letters.
Yep. Mixtapes, love letters, and general romantic gestures. Yeah.
Yeah. So my interpretation of that is yeah, to put in the work, man.
Do you
But
remember? Do you remember
you
Prime?
also had to
Go on.
you also had to treat her like a lady. Treat her like
Treat her
you
like
had
a
to be a sweet boy basically.
lady. Do you remember primary school when like
You had to really
when
primary school.
yeah remember you used to like someone in primary school you wouldn't so much because we used to do I remember even if I go far back as infant school I remember like late infant school going to primary school like playing kiss chase and you'd always chase after the one girl you'd like or the girls that liked you would chase after you predominantly and then you'd treat each other mean like you'd like little pokes and that just to that it's funny because that I don't know if that happens now I well I say
Nah,
I
you can't.
I don't know to some
No.
extent it does.
Certain things we did back then, you can't do that now.
Yeah,
You get in
certain things
trouble
you
for that, man.
yeah certain things you can't, but the principality of it, yeah, because I've seen it firsthand with my own eyes. I've watched my little one
Yeah,
getting
you
chased
can't.
getting chased about, and I'm like, I look and I like I remember these times, and like yeah, those two like you, Caden. Those two like you, Kay. What? No, Dad. Yeah, no, but a lot of the yeah, a lot you can't do. A lot you can't do. But also, do you also feel vulnerability has a lot to do with it as well? Because saying that, okay, so the ladies saying they want that 90s R&B love, yeah. Is it because back then we was vulnerable, we was more vulnerable, we would express ourselves more? So again, going back to the songs of Joe, Donald Jones, Blackstreet, Drew Hill, Jodeci, we was more expressive. I feel that's what they mean when they say they want that 90s R&B love. Because now we don't have time for that. We've gone from don't talk, just listen, or hey baby, lay back baby. We've gone from that to rich gang, Jacquees. We've gone from that take time, patient era
Oh,
to this.
don't get me started with that guy, please.
We'll come back to that. We've gone
Why
from
did you have to go there? Why
because
did
that's
you
what that's the
go
first that
there
came
with
to my
that?
head. I have to think what's the contrast between don't talk, just listen
Make me
of
alright.
then to now.
I'll tell you
What?
what. Give me a tune.
Mhm.
Give me a tune other than nasty. Yeah, give me a bad boy Jacquees tune.
Okay. Hold on. You. His first single. No, his second single. You. Cause that's the tune that introduced me to Jacquees. The one that goes I forgot, why is my mind's gone blank. Rich gang, you that's it. 2:30 in the morning. By the time you know we're going
Okay, yeah,
in. Yeah, that one. That's a
all
big
right,
tune. That's
cool.
that's the
I
tune
give
that
you that.
introduced. Other than the LMA cover that he did, which blew him up, and then when he came with Bed, and then he came with You. So You's the one that got me after the LMA one. So yeah, that's
Cool.
and that's one that kept me
I
interested in him.
mean, to be honest, that that 90s R&B love, right, yeah, that had everything. Honestly, that
Yeah,
honestly did have everything. I mean, even as a man that grew up in that era, it was a case of, as I said, you make them mix CDs. You are the good morning texts, the good
hmm
night text. Back then, man, you could talk for days. And I think around them times that you had them phone contracts that was like 7 till 7 at
yeah,
them
yeah,
times
yeah,
there.
yeah. T-Mobile. Book,
I'm
book.
making this sound old.
Hold on.
I'm making this sound like we're old, but
Okay, no. Wait. You had the T-Mobile. I had landline.
yeah, yeah.
I had
I had
landlines.
T-Mobile
So
and
before
I
the
had
T-Mobile era, it was just the landlines. Sneaking up late at night,
I had
having the
BT
phone.
Telnet as well.
Oh, yeah. You
But
take it back,
as you're
but
as you're talking about the landline thing, you
hmm
know how frightening it was to call a landline.
yeah. When there's something, yeah. Hello, can I speak to? Uh, oh yeah. Don't call here again. Oh, whoa. Yeah. No. I know. I know. I remember rinsing my mom's phone bill to about £200. Oh Lord, just talking late night on the phone. Man, good old days before mobile phones. Mad, 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 mad.
So when I'm talking about 90s R&B love, yeah,
Mm,
the people that are going to be in the comments, what I mean by that is that man had to put in work. You even had to call her house.
yep,
You had to call the yard
yep,
and talk to the parents.
yep, yep.
And at the end of the day, if the parent
Real work.
likes you, you're cool.
Putting in that real work. Yep.
You're cool. If the parent likes you, you're a jigger. If the parent don't like you, that's a
It's
wrap
a
for you,
wrap.
innit?
Forget it. Forget it. It's not happening. It's strictly in for the school playground. Just forget it. It's not happening. It's no going no further. That's it.
You ain't even going around to the house for dinner, bro. That's how
Nope.
peak it was. So the 90s R&B love was about putting in that work. It was about the small things, the little things. Yeah, when I say the little things,
Mm,
I'm gonna tell you this step by step, but it was the walks in the parks,
mhm,
the maybe she done a picnic in the
mhm,
park. Don't know.
mhm.
Some people did. Some people found that romantic. You know what I mean? Um, Now you got allergies and hay fever and all these things going around like
Don't get
mad,
me started.
mad things. It's just,
I've had hay fever
you
since
know
I
what I
was a
mean? I
kid.
don't even
I
know.
can't be I can't be doing as much as I like a walk in the park and the late night show and all them things there. Yeah, in this day and era today, I can't even think about that because I would barely survive. Look, I've come home from work. My eyes are look. I've been sneezing. I've been sneezing all morning. It's been crazy. Hay fever is just not the one. It's dust pollution. It's not even hay fever. It's allergy. It's dust pollution. Because if I went away, if I flew out on holiday right now, I'd be absolutely fine. So in this day and age, yeah, forget it. Romantic walks in the park, late night stroll, forget it. Pollen's gonna attack me like wildflower. Forget it. Carry on. Sorry,
But
crazy.
this is what I'm talking about. The strolls in the park, the late night strolls. If you drove them times there, you got them late night drives.
Yep.
Yeah, where you're just vibing, you're listening to your R&Bs and slow jams. Like that is, the small gestures. Like I said to you, the flowers. If you got, a change or whatever else. And back then, them times it was cheap. So you got the flowers, the roses, the little box of chocolates. You know what I mean? If that's what she likes, like You put in a real effort. You was a proper sweet boy. Like when you dressed up, like you and you was getting to link her, like you was trying to find your best clothes. Like certain clothing lines that we had back then, like what did man use Visu and all them things that man used to rock? Yeah,
I went that far back.
enough jackets and all them. Bruv, man was finding their best little.
My era was 8 ball jackets, Charlie Browns. Yeah, we had some wicked clothing back then. But back then it was all baggy.
Yeah, man used to wear baggy trousers back
It
then.
was all
But like I
baggy.
said to you, that was where man put in the effort.
Mm,
Now nowadays, I don't think you don't have that now. Now it's more of everyone wants to go to the chart, everyone wants to put post pictures and all these things all over social media. They want to look their best, and it's you know social media dictating how things should be. Just like I've said previously, it's a case of well, if he ain't posting you, then he ain't your man, and blah blah. And it's just like I grew up in an era just like yourself that didn't have social media, so
mm.
that shit didn't matter. That didn't matter. No one,
We
no
was
one weren't seeing you unless you was bucking up someone out the road.
mm,
Someone saw you,
yeah.
your parents before you left the yard. You know what I mean? No one weren't paying attention to you. Oh,
So
you know what? Let me see what I got.
we were present and in the moment back then. There was no social media. It was You was present and in the moment. Now, when you go to a bar, you go to a club, everyone's on their phones. Everyone stand up, holding up the wall. They'll sing the tune of the moment. They'll all stand there, sing the tune of the moment, sing the tune, go on a Snapchat, filming little bits, and then go back to being on their phone like this. I don't get it. I really don't get it. I really don't get it. That's why I don't really go out too tough anymore. I can't go out and do that. I used to go out and enjoy myself. Really go out and have fun, like regardless. You know what I mean? Go and dance up a storm, have two juice. You know what I mean? Chat to my peoples, chat to some ladies, like go out and have fun. Like memorable night. I've got memorable nights. I can tell stories. I've got memorable nights. Now they ain't got that now. Their memorable stories are all on their Snapchat, and they've got to have
This is what I'm saying.
each one of their brethren has got to be filming. So they've got the story from different angles. They were never present. They were just filming it.
Social media has made people really do things differently, and you can't sit there and go on social media and say I want that 90s R&B love when you don't know what that 90s R&B love
I
is.
was just about to say that social media is a gift and a curse. It's a gift because it's highlighted what 90s R&B was and is. Yeah, it's a curse because people just seeing it. People not of that era are seeing it and want that because that's what it embodied. But there was more to it than just what you see. It's more than just what you see. It's like a movie. You don't know what goes into the making of that movie. You just see the end product. You go to cinema and just see the end product. You see what I'm saying? There's a whole
You see,
no one
this
knows
is
about the countless nights of recording Jenny Francis shows to capture certain tunes without the talking and pausing them, recording and pausing on a cassette tape. Do you know what I mean? And if you got it, then you had to rewind back and just capture that bit so you can record over that bit when she's talking and them things there, writing out letters, pouring out your heart on a letter. Do you know what I mean? Spraying it with a bit of cologne, whatever, sneak it to them in class or college next day, whatnot and whatnot. Do you know what I mean? And what
100%.
inspired
I
and what
mean,
inspired us was the music of that era because they were telling us what it was. That was our social media was the music of that era. They were giving us that real love. Mary J said it, that real love. Do you get it?
but yeah, no, you're right. I mean, look, as much as I don't want to say it, but one guy has particularly stood out during that era, and that was the R. Kelly era, man. Yeah, because as I said, like his 12 play album, I'm gonna say it how it is. I'm gonna say it how it is. Yeah, that 12 play album was
Do you remember? Do you
peak,
remember? Do you remember the
but
12
he had
steps?
uh,
Do you remember the 12 steps of that 12 play song? One, let's go to my room of fun. Two,
yeah,
and I'll say, give me a tongue. Three, cause
yep,
tonight
I
I'm
remember that.
gonna. Yeah,
I
he
mean, it.
he defined
He
he
was,
defined the whole decade for us. He defined the whole decade,
look,
and going not even a decade, more than one decade, because he went into the 2000s. He was him. It was him for the decade of the 90's, the early 90's into the mid 90's, and the late 90's. He started producing and writing for other artists. So then his artistry spread. Yeah.
yeah, but remember, when I'm talking about R. Kelly, I'm talking about songs like Slow Dance, Bump and Grind, 12
Hey,
Play.
Mr.
You
DJ,
remind me of my G.
why don't you
Um,
slow this
Your Body's Calling.
party down? Do you know one
There
song?
was a whole load of
Do you
tunes,
know
man.
one song I can't get with, and I can never get with? Ignition remix. I can't get with it. I can't because of where he stands today. Just that one line. Let me give you that toot toot. Let me give you that beep beep. He was driving the school bus, bro. He was driving the school bus, rude boy. I can't. I can't. I can't. And don't come for me, people. I didn't say it's not my joke. It's Bill Bellamy's joke. He go look it up on YouTube. Bill Bellamy talks about R. Kelly. Go look it up on YouTube. It's hilarious. But it's Bill Bellamy. Don't come for me. But I've never forgotten that ever since I've heard it. Like I can't listen to that. I physically cannot listen to that song. It's like Diddy. You wonder you listen to certain songs again. You like listen to the lyrics and like, oh, I ain't gonna give no songs away on that one. But yeah, but R. Kelly defined a generation. I regard him for his artistry, and that's where I leave it as the artistry. That's where I leave it. He is the king of R&B. If I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong.
No, you're not wrong. No, you're
So
right. But what I will say, look, the people out there that are watching this podcast, yeah, I will say to you that don't be afraid to do things that we used to do.
don't be
You know what I mean?
afraid.
Because at
Don't
the end of the
be
day,
afraid, baby. Now.
there are people out here that are so social media driven
Hmm.
that they don't appreciate the small stuff. And when I say the small stuff is what we used to do. And
Gestures.
if you're out there and you're dating a woman and all right, yeah, it's a little bit more expensive now, but you got a little change in your pocket. Don't be afraid to sit there and say to her, yeah, yo, you know what? Let's go for a lunch date and let's go for a Subway or Greg's or
Do you know what my thing is now? I do a coffee date. I don't drink coffee or tea, but I do a coffee date. I have a herbal drink
or
or hot
even a
chocolate.
coffee date.
It's the best way to get to know someone. Coffee date.
I mean, look, in my head,
We're grown,
stop
man.
doing the whole facade thing of, yeah, my man's got to do this and he's got to do that, and then when he's not doing it, and I'm talking to the ladies at the moment, yeah, we'll get to the men in a bit, but you're gonna your man's gonna do what he can afford, and the real women, and I'm gonna say this loud and proud, the real women will appreciate the small things, yeah, because there are some women out here that will
Hmm.
do that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Everything's all good, blah, blah, blah. Then you're going back to your girl's group chat on WhatsApp and you're talking shit of a brother. Like, don't do that, man. Ah, look, my man's broke.
He's
Look what my
broke.
man bought
My
me.
man took me
Yeah?
Subway.
Look,
He took me
like,
Greg's. Got me a sausage roll and a coffee. The Greg's coffee is nasty. I don't.
but my thing is, this is where it kind of it doesn't upset me, but it gets to me a little bit because you're talking about you want that 90's R&B life. You're talking about you want a good guy, and a guy has gone and done that for you, and you still shout on a man.
My question is: you're talking about you want R&B love. Are you worthy of that R&B love? The generation today are they worthy?
I, I, I from the stuff that I've seen, I'd say 50% of them, 50% aren't. I'm going to do 50-50. 50 are, 50 aren't. I'm going to make it fair. Yeah?
I raise the same question to you guys out there. Leave your comments. Let me know. Let me know how you feel about it. Let us
Because
know.
if I ain't going out, like we got cost of living. So if I had met someone new
Hmm.
and I say, Paul, look, you know what? Boom, boom, boom. This is my. I don't even got to explain that to you, but I'm just saying to you, like, let's go on a coffee date. And you
Mm,
agree,
mm.
and you enjoy that coffee date, then to me you're kind of like the right person for me, innit?
The
Because
coffee date leads to something else. The coffee date leads to like let's go for after the coffee date. You know what? It's been a nice little experience. Let's go for a little walk. Do you know what I mean? It's a nice summer afternoon. Just go for a little walk or summer evening. Go for a walk.
like to me, I appreciate or I like women that prefer the smaller things, and I think that maybe just me reverting back to um the old school way of doing things. I mean, as a single person, I haven't met too many new people, but you know, the coffee dates them and all that. They've been nice, man. You know what I mean? You get to, as you said, you're in a setting where you get to know somebody.
Have you had the experience where the girls turn around? Like imagine so you go for a coffee date and let's go for a little walk and the girls turn around walk. What you don't drive?
Yeah, yeah, had that. Yeah, and you know what
Walk.
I
What
did?
you don't drive? I know what you
You
did. You swung
you
your
want to
car
know what I?
keys. You swung your car keys, innit?
Yeah, but it's only me one that was getting in that car.
Oh, wow, that was the end. That was the end of that date. Yep, that told you everything you need to know. That's what I mean.
It was only,
That's what I mean. Go back to my question: are they worthy of that '90s R&B love?
as I said, 50% are, 50% aren't, and I'm gonna be nice about it. That's as nice as I can get. But you do have you do have the new generation that have an old soul. If you've ever heard of that before,
Some. Mm.
some of these new they're maybe, you know, from the new gen, but they've got an old soul. And
Yeah.
they've got an old soul because the way that maybe your parents brought you up. So your parents were playing tunes in the yard from when they were young, you know. Like my mom was playing tunes like Betty Wright, Al Green, you know, Freddie Jackson, all of these type of things.
I
I
know.
grew up on that.
I know. All my kids had them '90s R&B tunes played to them while they were in the womb. All of them, so they all knew. They're like, I can put on old school tunes and they will know the tunes from Boys to Men to Jodeci to Drew Hill. That we played them in when they were in the womb, man. That's what we listened to. Do you know
Yeah,
what I
and
mean?
my son has actually he started to for years now. He's got the grips of it. Like I've heard him thump certain tunes in on his Alexa and them things there, Bob. And even I'm like, yeah, you got that from the car. Like you heard me playing
Yeah,
that in the car. You like that. You
yeah,
done a quick Shazam and was like, yeah, boom, Spotify playlist.
yeah. Straight.
And certain times, like when I've gone around there, and me and his mom's like, hey, where you got that from? I'm like, yeah, he's heard me play that in the car. He's heard me play that in the car. That's
That's
why
dope.
he's got that.
That's
I
dope.
heard him play. I think it was a TGT tune one time.
Oh wow.
Sex never felt better, and I'm like,
Wait, how old is your son?
yeah, my son is 17,
Okay,
and
he
I'm
gets
like,
he gets a pass. Sex ain't
yeah,
never
bro, you
felt
heard me play that
better.
in the car.
I wanna
You heard me
swim
play
in
that
it
in the
all
car.
night. Your body belongs
But
to me. True.
what? What's your interpretation of it?
Mine is everything you mentioned, plus the vulnerability, as I stated earlier. Um, I think what it was is that it was a time. The '90s R&B era was a time where we were as men we were vulnerable. We were stating what we wanted and that we understood, and that's what I take from it. Because seeing where we've come from to how things are now, I can see when women say they want that '90s R&B love. We were vulnerable. We were a little not so much emotional, but we were vulnerable to the point where we could express more. The man them now is more like, yo, my size, and yo, darling, yeah, let me chat to you quickly. Yo, yo, queen, yo, sis, let me chat to you quickly. You're laughing. It's true, innit? It's true, innit? You see them young, yeah, 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 yeah. Let me chat to you. What can I get you snap? What, brother?
Yo, people, you need to start doing that Snapchat line, you know,
Yo,
seriously, especially as a
let me chat to you
big man in
quickly.
their
Yeah, what you
30s.
saying? Yeah,
Don't,
what's your name? Yeah, you look good, you know. What can I get you snap, bro? What you did?
don't, don't do that. Don't do that. Seriously, the Snapchat thing, don't do it, man. Ask
Yeah,
for the
but
number. But I'm gonna say
the
this as
generation
well.
now, that's what they're doing. I can't give my number. I'll give my Snapchat though. That's what they.
One thing I will
That's
say,
what's being reciprocated, bro. But not with our generation.
ladies, also, please don't be afraid to move to a man. Do not be afraid to
Don't
go
be
up to a brother
afraid. Don't be
and talk to him.
afraid.
Yeah, because I know a lot of you sit there and think, oh yeah, well, a man should be talking to me. Like if you reckon I look Chris, you know, he should be saying, no, listen, man, them also like when a woman moves to him, you know.
Ooh
And I'm
yeah.
gonna be real. If a woman came and moved to me, love it. Because that shows me that you like me, innit?
Mm,
You like what you saw.
mm.
Don't be afraid to do. Don't sit there and think it's always a man's job to do that. No, it's not.
It's a give and take.
If you want to
The man's
propose,
always gonna chase.
if you want to propose to a man, propose to a man. They've got many engagement rings out there
But
now, innit?
isn't it 2024 where the women are supposed to be proposing to the man anyway? Isn't that what it is
Yep,
supposed to be for this year? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
something like that.
I
But
don't
I'm
know.
just saying, don't be afraid to do that. Yeah, if you want to take a man out on a date, don't be afraid to ask that question. What's the worst that he's gonna say? 9 times out of 10, I don't think a man would even say no.
The worst thing you can hear is no, and no's not even the end of the world. But I don't. Yeah, you're absolutely right. I don't think man would say no because it's really shocking to have a woman say, "Well, can we go out on a date, go out somewhere, go for a coffee?"
The
I
only
don't know
thing
with
that
it.
I will say about the whole dating thing, man, is don't, if you know you want to take someone out for a date, make sure you pay for that. Because the one thing I do believe in is whoever asks who to go out on a date, you pay. So if a woman come to me and ask me out on a date, try know, better have them funds up. Know what I mean? But I'm just saying, women, don't be afraid to do it, please, because I think we need some more women out there that will take that leap of faith and just move to a man. As Matt said, no isn't the end of the world,
No,
but sometimes we don't want to hear a no. I've had it in the past.
and that doesn't mean that you should get disrespectful. You know them ones. You know them way there where the man gone. What? I'm trying to tell you, you're ugly in it. I was chatting to your brethren. Like you can't like don't disrespect it. End of the day, guys. You have mothers. You have aunts. You have grandmothers. You know what I mean? We have women in our world. Do you know what I mean? You wouldn't treat you wouldn't disrespect your mother or your sister or your aunt in that way.
All right,
So
let's simplify it this way. I'm not just saying it for the man them that's got daughters, but man them that are watching this, yeah. Treat a woman how you would want your daughter to be treated.
repeat that one more time for them.
For the man them, for the ones that didn't hear me in the back, treat a woman how you would want your daughter to be treated. Ladies, treat your son how you would want a woman to treat your son.
Do you know? I truly believe that in terms of daughters, that they learn, and even sons, they learn from how we treat the mothers, the mother of our children.
Yep.
So that's the expectation, and that's what they grow and expect. Do you know what I mean? And the same with
But
sons. They will know from how.
also, I'm gonna say this, and when you do get with somebody, don't stop working, man. Don't sit there and get comfortable. In the 90s, man was continuously working. Man weren't sitting there getting comfortable. Man was coming home maybe once a week with a box of chocolates or some flowers. And we're all guilty of getting comfortable. I've been guilty of it. I've been guilty of that. I got comfortable and was like, man, this man, this is long. No, don't do that.
Mm.
It's all about learning from your mistakes. And if you want that 90s R&B love, these are the things that man them was doing in the 90s. Don't get it twisted. Women was doing things in the 90s too, because women was out here looking after their man.
And one thing is, if you're not learning from your mistakes, they're just becoming habits. You're continuing. You're not learning from mistakes. They become habits. It's only a mistake if you learn from it and grow from it. As it says,
Yeah, women out here,
you grow through what you go through. So if you learn from your mistakes,
women out here,
then you've learned a lesson. If you don't, then it's a habit.
Women out here were looking after their men. And what I mean
Yeah.
by that is you come home, we've made you a food, cooked your food, we ran you a bath. She maybe have put on your favorite movie. She's looking to give man a massage after a long day at work. Women
Men
knew how to look. I'm not saying women don't know how to do it now.
men did it too.
Don't.
Men did it too. Remember that tune, Housekeeper? Let me be your housekeeper,
Yep.
girl. Men did it too.
And it works both ways, but don't stop working because you're in a relationship or you're in a marriage, man. That's the only way you keep that spark alive. Keep doing them spontaneous things because
I've
the
learned that that's
spontaneity,
I've learned personally that that's where the real work starts when you're actually in the relationship. Because to maintain it is where the work is, and it's a two-way street. It's not going to work if it's a one-way street.
yeah, of course. That is what I believe 90s R&B to be like, man. Women were moving to men at them times there. Women would go up to a man in the club and start talking to him, you know? And if you go by the 90s movies that we had,
Mm,
yeah, your Love Jones, your Love and Basketballs, which is my favorite movie. You
love
know,
Love Jones is mine.
um, if you want to go down the route of Boomerang and all that, like you had them movies back then where women was moving to men and a woman knew what she wanted, a man know what he wanted, and then boom, you know, that was that.
Yeah,
And some of them people have been married, they're still married now. They've been married for 25, 30, 35 years.
yeah.
And they still keep that spark alive because they're still doing that spontaneity. That is what it's about. Then don't be afraid. Listen, I am not afraid
Don't be
to sit there
afraid.
and
Don't
chef up
be
if I need to chef up.
afraid, baby.
Put a
Now.
bottle of I don't drink in it, so I'm just saying like a bottle of Schlo on the table. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Wait, Chef Boy Crazy. What's your go-to dish?
Lasagna.
So, ideal date. She comes to you. You chef up. You're chefing up lasagna and a bottle of Schlur on the table.
Yeah, that's me, bro.
What's your dessert?
See, now I'm not really a dessert type of man. But
I'm not a dessert guy.
what if I had to choose? Yeah. Hey, listen, man's going for the Hagen dice.
Hagen does. I love it. I love it. I love it. Wait, what flavor? If you say strawberry cheesecake,
No, I don't
Musco's
like
like that
strawberry
strawberry
cheesecake.
cheesecake. Musco's like I don't do cheese. I don't like cheesecake.
No, I don't like cheesecake. I'm not a cheesecake fan. What's the cookies one?
I like cookies and cream. I like cookie dough. The cookie dough is my favorite. Hagen does. Ben
Cookie
and
dough,
Jerry's
that's the
cookie.
one.
Ben and Jerry's cookie dough is my one. Is my thing.
I'm just saying Hagen dice or even the Ben and Jerry's were good. That's the afters, yeah. We'll
Mm.
put on a little movie. Yeah, man can put on a little movie, not necessarily a Netflix and chill, but we'll put on a little
I was
movie.
about to say that's what
Yeah,
they call it now, Netflix and chill. Yeah.
we'll play a little board game or something afterwards. You're not gonna get too competitive.
Wait, what movie are you putting on? It's your first date.
See, look, I can be selfish or I could be nice. And if I had to choose
It's
a
the first
movie,
date.
I'm doing
You're
Love
gonna be
and Basketball.
selfish. It's the first date. You're gonna be selfish.
I'm saying Love and Basketball, but I'm going for my favorite.
Okay.
Or or even still, you ask her what her favorite movie is, and you put that on.
I'm putting
As
on
long as it ain't nothing that.
I'm putting on Love Jones. Say,
See,
baby, can I be your slave? I got to admit, girl, you're the shit, girl, and I'm digging you like a grave. Is that a smile I put on your face like a field of jasmine and clover? Talk that talk, honey. Walk that walk, money. Howling legs, I spank Jehovah. I love that shit. Brother to the
there's
night.
gonna be a whole lot of ladies coming in the comments, where
Nope.
look, I'm saying that play the board game.
Board game. Are you letting her win? I'm competitive. That's just me. Put on
Yeah,
some
but
put on
you're
some Monopoly. I'm bankrupting somebody. It's all bants. It's just banter.
that's not bad.
I'm bankrupting somebody. It's just banter, bro.
That's not banter, bro. Bro, that's not banter.
I love them strategic games. That's why I'm competitive. That's just me. I'm sorry.
Bro, all right, let me put this in. You are the type of person. that is gonna do the board game thing, annihilate her, because that's what you're gonna do. Let's be honest. You're the
Not
type
gonna
of person
annihilate
that
her.
will annihilate her.
No.
Yeah, and seeing her in her face, but you can't do that.
John Cena her.
You're the type of person
No,
that
I'm
will
not.
go bowling, bro, get bare strikes, and just walk off laughing, bro.
No, no, no. Listen, there's nothing wrong with a little bit of There's nothing wrong with a little bit of competitiveness. Like there's some ladies that are competitive as well, bro. Trust me. Yeah, and it
Yeah,
adds
but
to
on the
it
first,
adds to the night. Don't
look,
think girls ain't out
if
here
you're playing a
competitive.
board game,
Yeah,
no, I'm not saying that. I'm just
it don't
saying,
have to be
like,
a
if
board
you're gonna
game.
play a
It could be
board
in
game,
Monopoly. It could be Jenga, Connect Four. It could be something. But I'm just competitive
yeah,
with whatever it is. I'm not competitive to the point where it's taking over my life. It's just a little competitive edge. That's all.
but you ain't gonna let her win.
And my kids are the same. I don't even let my kids win, bro. So my kids don't let me win nowadays either. My son, listen, my 10-year-old battered me on NBA 2K and told me that I'm rubbish. That you're rubbish. Yeah, but I always leave. I always we play a game. We play a game when he comes down for the weekend. We play a game, and then we play another game before he leaves. And I always beat. He always leaves losing, and he's upset with me. I make sure I beat him before he leaves. But then FIFA, he beat me 11-0. He beat me 11-0 and told the whole world about it. Told me I'm trash. He even told you that
I'm
time.
just look,
Do you remember that? Do you remember
yeah,
the
he
time
did,
he was here, and I was
yeah.
on the phone to you? Yeah, he told you that time. Yeah,
I'm just saying, if I do beat her at a board game, I'm not gonna annihilate you. Yeah, I'm gonna take it easy.
I'm not
We
gonna.
could be competitive because I am a competitive guy.
I'm
But
humbly competitive. I'm humbly competitive.
man said humbly,
Until
you know.
I'm humbly, yeah, because I don't think I'm because you're trying to paint me like shredder. I'm gonna annihilate her, like finish her, Mortal Kombat style. Like, come on, I'm not doing that, bruv. You bust up for. I'm humbly competitive, but when you start the trash talking, that's when I get to that annihilation stage because the people that like to trash talk, it's like I get it from my days of basketball. Everyone like used to have trash talking me. I'm the big guy. I'm the big guy on the court. Everyone used to have trash talking me, and I rise to the occasion. I'm sorry, it is what it is. That's why I'm competitive. But yeah, as we were saying, a little chef up, dessert, a movie, a little board game, or whatever it is, some cards, blackjack, whatever it may be, whatever the case may be. Strip
Or
poker, I don't
whatever
know.
you want to do after that. Whatever you want to do after that board game, we can do, innit?
Hmm, I see it. I see it.
You
I
know what I
see it.
mean?
Lasagna.
That's the that
What she's got intolerance, and she can't have dairy, so she can't have the cheese. What are you gonna do then?
I
Lasagna's out
mean,
the window.
yeah, see that I didn't even think of because I know there's a lot of allergies and stuff going around nowadays, and
Yeah,
people are
bro.
allergic to a lot of things. So
Yeah, bro. That's why they
you gotta
can't.
be careful.
That's why this government can't do the thing of like they're gonna do what they did in the '60s, like sign us up for the war because we'd be finished. They'll just sprinkle gluten and all sorts. Like the enemy will just sprinkle gluten and all sorts on the battlefield. Like, bro, we'll be finished and pollen, gluten and pollen. We all be finished, bro. Do you know what I mean?
But no, you kind of, you know what I mean. You do. I think, yeah. Now maybe nowadays, yeah, you're right. You might have to ask that question before you even decide to go and think of a bright idea. You
Because
get me?
like
But
my go-to dish is garlic. Is like a garlic butter lamb chops. But if she's vegan or vegetarian, I'm gonna have to just roast her some vegetable. I'm roast her some vegetables with some. Like I do a season. I no. You know what? What are you laughing for? I like vegetables. Innit? I just cut up some vegetables, like season it, olive oil in the oven, roast some veg. Do you know what I mean? Or some butternut squash or something. Make her some mash with it or whatever. I don't know. I was just thinking about it. Like we're talking about these like our go-to dishes and stuff. But what if they're like vegan and they got allergies and stuff? Like we're finished, bro. I have to order in. No, no, no. I cook in it. I cook. I cook. But I'd never. I'm a meat eater, so well, I'd say meat eater. Like I'm chicken, salmon. You know what I mean?
oh,
Lamb.
oh, bro, you got me in tears, fam. Look, you know what? I'll tell you what. To be on the safe side, just order a Chinese one. Sure.
Do you know what? I got a bad boy Chinese by me. I got a bad boy Chinese by me. You made me want Chinese now. I'm gonna have to order Chinese. Oh no, I can't. I've got things to go and do.
I'm
Man,
saying,
I hear it.
if word comes to worse, it's a Chinese. But what I'm saying, after we done, look out the board game, we could do what you want to do. It's up to you. You know what I mean?
Okay.
If you need to stay the night, stay the night. If you want me to drop you home, I'll drop you home. The only problem is if you like the date,
Mm.
say that you like it. If you don't like it, be honest. Don't just try ghost, man, innit? Don't just block and delete, man, and
Wait,
the next day when man wakes up, man,
you're the type of guy that's gonna message you the next day and be like, what did you think of the date? And then realize that you've been blocked.
what do you think man's gonna do? Some survey shit?
That's we you're asking. You're asking like say you like the day in it. Don't just not say that. Like, bruv, you don't have to. You don't have to say. End of the day,
No.
if no, listen to me. Hear what I'm saying. Hear what I'm saying. Hear what I'm saying. If you speak to her again within the next 48 hours, you know she liked the date and she's into you. If you don't hear from her within them 48 hours, it's a myth, bruv. Like she didn't. It's don't even bother.
Bro, listen, this ain't one of them surveys that you get from like the hospital, bro. When
But
you what did you think about service?
bruv. You're the one saying about if you like the date, say you like the date in it. I don't want to hear if you like.
No,
I will
dude.
know. Your
Alright,
actions will
no,
show me that you like the date or not.
I got that a bit wrong. Alright, so if we do continue to talk going forward, that's what I meant.
Say it
Yeah,
again. Say it again.
like you said, if we do continue to talk going forward, then yeah, you know what I mean. Let man
That's
know how
it.
it went. How did you enjoy your night? I'm
Nah,
not
man.
asking you to fucking
Nah,
type
man.
me a message saying strongly agree
If
or
we're talking going
disagree.
forward, that means you like the night. Don't need to say. Now we're gonna line up a second date and we're gonna go out and do something.
So what would your second date be?
I don't know. Probably like I gotta do something mad. Like I gotta do like top. We go top golf and go for drinks or something more. Um, because I like to do things. I like to think out of the box. I go to a comedy show. I love going to comedy shows. I go to a comedy show, comedy night, then go for some food or get food at the comedy show anyway, and go for a walk afterwards. Or go to that games room and really really bring out the competitive edge. Go around just do the different games, the games room thing in Canary Wharf. Just different things, man. Top golf games room.
What the is it immersive games or something like that?
Nice game. You're thinking about Gamebox. That's Gamebox. Games room is
Yeah, that's the
basically
one.
yeah. You're thinking about Gamebox. That's Wandsworth, I think it is. Games. The game room is called It's not called games room, but it's just a massive room. It's got different games like bowling. You got to do different. It's got all these different things. You even got a basketball thing. Oh lord, we can go ham with the basketball. See that's what I'm saying. Like a basketball game. Then I'd really be competitive. But I wouldn't even say that, and I'll just be. But she starts sinking shots. I'll be like, whoa, she can shoot. I'm like, okay, I gotta be on my A game, getting every basket in. So yeah, there's
But
just
look,
different.
this is what we're trying to explain and elaborate on. Like small things
Mm,
go a long way. Yeah.
yeah,
And
yeah,
the thing is as
facts.
well with a lot of these ladies, a lot of these ladies will know whether you thought outside the box or not, you know. Get
Yeah,
twisted. They'll catch you out same way. But I'm just saying, ladies, look, if a man can't afford the big things and if you are not that way inclined, then fine, cool. You know what I mean? That's all good. But for the ladies out there that are expecting the big things,
good on you.
just lower your standards a bit. All right, look at it in this sense. This was one thing that I always, and I think I speak for our generation when I say this, yeah.
Hmm.
Look at it in the sense of how your dad got your mum. Because remember, they're old school. They're real old school. I'm not saying that they're old, but they're old school. That is the generation to me that some of that generation is still married and they've been married for like 40 years, 50 years, all these mad, you know what I mean?
Mm.
But it is generally the small stuff and the little things that do count. And for me, as I said, if you find a person that enjoys that and that does like that, even if you buy them a card. and they enjoy it and they're appreciative of it, then yo, to me, that is the right person for you, innit? You know what I mean? If you buy someone a card and you get to them and they look at it and they're like, that ain't the one. Or you might even want to propose to it and you can't afford a big ass carrot ring, innit?
Give her a
So,
Haribo ring.
man said, Harry, bro, allergies. Allergies. Can't do
Haribo
that
ring.
no more.
What allergy? What you allergic to gelatin? All right, cool.
That's actually a real thing as well.
Yeah, I know.
Back in the day, we could do the whole hula hoop ring and the Haribo ring, and
Yeah, yeah, there you go. The hula hoop or the Haribo ring. Yeah, like back in the day.
we used to do that. But yeah, you can't do that now. You got to be careful, boy. But I'm just saying, if you can only afford like half a carrot, a
Mm,
cubic zirconia thing,
mm.
but man's laughing already.
Oh. Go on, go on. Land. Come on.
If you can only afford that and she's appreciative of it, cool. Ladies, if you receive something like that, just be grateful, man. Sure. You know what I mean? That's your smoothing before you get the big ring, man. Just allow my man in it. Just
You see,
allow it.
gone are the days where where like for example, let's take the athletes here, the ones that are still married to their childhood sweethearts. They were with them before they got the paycheck and before they became big. Do you know what I mean? They were holding them
100.
down. They were holding them down and supporting their dream when they didn't have it.
100. Mm-hmm. Yep.
That's what I want. The one that's gonna hold me down while I'm out there trying to get something for us, and you know what I mean. Want to get, and then once we got it in turn, you now go out and do your dream because we got the financials. We can do what we want. Do you know what I mean? You can go and do what you've always wanted to do. Do you know what I mean? You held me down. It's now time for me to hold you down.
Yeah, that is the way that I think it is supposed to be. You
Mm.
know what I mean? If you do have a dream out there and your partner is supportive of that, hey, you're laughing. You're
I
laughing.
have a
Like
dream. Hmm.
if your partner sits there and says, boy, can't even sit down and wait for you to do that, then I'll tell you what,
She's telling on
that
tells you
is
money
when
for
you
make what?
yeah, then that's when it's not for you, man. Allow it, innit? Like, and I mean, look, I'm not gonna sit there and say everything that we're saying on here is 100%
It's not.
perfect
It's
and
not gospel. It's just
everything.
our. It's just our opinion.
Yeah, like I've been at faults for certain things in relationships. I'm not gonna deny that.
We all have.
Um, but I think being single has made me learn certain things, and yeah, man, it's all about the effort that you put in. If you put in the effort, you will reap the rewards. And I'm not saying that you should
But
be in a relationship to get something out of it. No,
but it is a
but put
two.
in that work.
It is a two-way street. It takes
Yeah,
two.
it takes two, and you have to put in that work. Don't stop putting in that work. As I said, we was doing it in the 90s, and we're not even old, but we was doing that. Man was going above and beyond and getting little butterfly. I remember the days when I used to get butterflies in my stomach just for meeting my girlfriend, and I'd been with her like all 6 months being over someone that you're with. Hey,
How long?
listen,
How long? Did you say 6 months? Okay.
Mhm. Back in the day, yeah, like back in the 90s and stuff when I had like my first girlfriend and all that. You know what I
Mm-mm-mm.
mean? Like I was still getting nervous. I was getting nervous every time I went to a house. Like you got to meet the parents. That was a one as well, but you had to meet the parents. And you weren't allowed downstairs in no one's bedroom, but you have to sit down in the living room with everybody.
Yep. Yep.
And then you're getting questioned. So what do you want to do when you go older? I don't know.
What is your intentions with my daughter?
Oh shit, that question as well. See that question there? See, that's the thing. You don't get that. The younger generation, you don't get that no more. But I'm telling you now, prior to Dua, she's got a boyfriend. I'm asking him that good questions, What's your intention? I want to know what your intention is with my daughter.
My sons would deal with my daughter's boyfriends when she's 30.
So when she's 30.
Don't come for me. Don't come for me. I've been saying that her whole life. Right. As we draw to a close, I want to just wrap up with two little memes that I came across today.
Yeah.
Maybe three. Okay, the first one. Every woman has looked at a man while he's sleeping and thought, I should knock the shit out of this motherfucker right now. That's the first one.
You know how wild that is? Wait, hold on.
Tell me it's
You
not
know
true,
how
though.
wild that
Tell
is,
me it's
bro?
not true, though. Tell me it's not true,
I don't
though.
know. I don't think like a woman. I'm just saying. You know how wild that sounds, bro?
I know it's wild. You've never like annoyed your partner and she'll they they go silent, don't say nothing, and you're sleeping, you wake up, they're just staring at you, looking at you like, yeah, that's I should knock the shit out of you right now. Okay, second one. Being kissed while you're asleep is one of the purest forms of love, unless you're in prison.
That's.
And here's my last one.
I don't know about that one there. And you know what I'm saying about that one, yeah? Because you got some people out here, bro. Hold on. You got some people out here, bro. I don't know if they're going to be kissing someone while they're sleeping, car. Where man snoring with his mouth open and them things there, but I don't think she's really
Why you got
on them type of flex. I
why you
don't
gotta
know.
take it
Everyone's different.
there? Why you gotta take it there? All right, my last one. This is more. This is more. You know how we never revealed our ages, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Listen, if you were born in the 80's, raised in the 90's, and made it to 2024, you've lived in 5 different decades, 2 centuries, and 2 different millennia, and you ain't even 50. That's my food for thought.
That's mad.
That's my last thought.
That's actually mad.
That is mad. But for me, only one of those numbers will change. The decades will change.
Yeah.
Mine would be 6 decades. That's crazy.
That's actually crazy.
And I'm still not 50. That's crazy. Okay, cool. As always, people, like, share, follow, and subscribe. We want to know your thoughts on the questions we posed today. So hit us up on Instagram or leave comments down below. The socials are down below and above us always. And from us to you, we want to say thank you, peace, love, and we out.
Bounce, 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 bounce. Now bounce, 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 bounce. We turn them out. Okay, you know my style and it's legit. I go loco with the